Leviosa. I'm a Stanley girl in a Stanley world. I'm easily influenced. Won't he do it? What's good, gang? It's Imani Blaze here, and I'm back with another video. If you are new to this channel, let me let you know how I get down here, how we get down here. I speak openly and honestly about all things mental health, trauma healing, and wellness. It's my hope that as I continue to take my mask off on this channel, that I inspire you to take your mask off and really listen to and honor your soul. What am I going to be talking about today? Let's just roll right into it. It's okay to change your mind about people when you are presented with new information. I want to talk to specifically today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever it is that you're watching this video. I'm wanting to speak to those who are navigating a life post-trauma. And those people who may feel like they can't always trust their initial decisions when it comes to people. I don't like to speak from a standpoint of like, I'm telling you how to live your life. I like to speak from my own experience, and then you do with that information what you may. So that's just what I'm gonna do here. So a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe it was like maybe over a month ago, I don't know, but somebody reached out to me from my past, and they were apologizing to me for the way that they went about ending our friendship. And this year, actually, I've gotten a few of those like circle backs from people who may have just had time to sit with themselves and realize like, dang, I really didn't have to go about things that way. And I've made a video about like being ghosted. I think I did. And if I didn't, I need to. But like the way I have been ghosted by women in the past, it's done a doozy on me, honestly and truly. And so now I'm in a space where I'm trying to healthily connect to other women. And I've learned through my journey and through just like learning about trauma and learning about myself and why I do the things that I do, doing the research, doing the therapy, all of that. Like I've learned that I'm in the past, I'm speaking specifically over my life right now. So in the past, I have gravitated towards narcissists and emotionally available people because of the fact that that's what I grew up with. I have gravitated, to people who neglect my emotions, neglect me in general. And it's been a learned behavior to me to like fight for love. Because as a child growing up, I wasn't shown love in the way that would allow me to know that I'm worthy of it without doing anything, if that makes sense. I received a very conditional type of love, and that's no shade to my parents. I love y'all. Mwah, 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 mwah. But we've had this conversation. It's generational, and that's why over here we're talking about it so we can heal it and we can pass down love, emotional intelligence, all the good stuff, and we can eradicate the trauma, the toxicity, all of that. We're taking that out the bloodline, okay? We're adding the stuff, the good stuff, okay? That's there to stay. So either way, for the longest, I gravitated towards people who just couldn't love me, simply put. And this year has given me the chance to like realize that, see it in real time, and say no to it. Because I've learned that the longer I say yes to unhealthy connections, the longer I say yes to people who seem committed to misunderstanding me, even though I explain who I am, why I'm the way I am, don't make excuses for my behavior if I ever am out of line. But like, if the longer I hold space for that, the longer I'm going to be waiting for these healthy connections where I can just be myself, where I can mess up and I'm not so fully judged and condemned for making a mistake. I don't have room for it anymore. So this time around, when this person apologized to me, I didn't initially trust my response to the apology. When I got the apology, I initially was just like, wow, thank you. Like, you're a real one for this. And there was a part of me that was like, this was mature, and I think we can fix this and get close again. But because I'm doing the work, I said, we're not going to trust our first initial response. We're going to dig a little deeper to figure out how we really feel. We're also going to figure out whether or not we are repeating a pattern. And I realized that I was repeating a pattern by allowing somebody into my life who showed me that they couldn't handle conflict healthily. And although they admitted to not being able to handle the conflict healthily, the way it even happened was just like, nah, you showed me who you are. You showed me who you are. I'm going to let you stand on that. And that's what I decided to do with all of the people who tried to circle back with me this year. And it felt good to not just let somebody back in because of the lack of people around me. I've put it out there that I do want connection, but I don't want just any connection. And I'm going to tie this all together. I had to learn that I had to learn to change my mind and be okay with changing my mind about like where I want a relationship to go. I had to learn to change my mind with the new information that I was presented as I was doing my work. Like, once I realized, like, oh, because of your childhood trauma, you naturally gravitate towards people who cannot love you. So when somebody shows you that they cannot love you for you unconditionally, you need to say no to that. And do not foster that energy, because those are not the connections for you. And even though that may feel natural, that was a learned behavior that does not serve you. Once I learned that, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like I'm passing the tests as they come with women that are presented to me. I pay attention to women who show me like, you're giving opportunist, you're giving user. I pay attention to that. I don't create fake scenarios in my brain and say, oh, we're friends. She's not using me. Girl, you using me. And I see it plain as day. I'm not going to ignore that. I'm not that desperate for friends. And so I just want you, listener, if you got to this part of the video, check in with yourself. It's okay to change your mind if you realize like, actually, she ain't shit. I don't really want to rock with her. Actually, I've noticed that this person only comes around for this, but they're not here for me any other time. I'm good on this connection. I'm forcing. Like, it's okay to change your mind about people. and I'm just telling you from my own experience. When I made the decision to like really start honoring how I feel, honoring what I see, and stop playing these tricks on my mind, trying to make people be who they're not for me, I feel empowered by being able to walk away from people who don't deserve my energy, by being able to walk away from people who, you show me what type of love you can provide, that's not enough for me. I'm good, love. Enjoy. Before I start to babble and not make sense, I'm gonna end this video. That's really what I wanted to say around this. It's okay to change your mind. You cannot always trust yourself in the beginning. As you learn more about trauma, as you learn more about connecting to others post-trauma, you will realize, oh, that's a trauma response. I'm doing that based off trauma. Let me pivot. I changed my mind. You're not actually somebody that I want in my life or need in my life. And that's okay. That's all I got for you. I love you. I mean it. Bye. Mwah.